Prove me wrong. You can't go back. You have to learn how to make a decision about something and stop going back on it. You have to learn how to be decisive. You must be decisive. It is integral. It is mandatory for you to become an important person in this world, for you to be able to make a decision and not go back on it. I learned that you got to stand tall on what you decide probably 2 years ago. And one thing about that is you're going to be tested on it all the time. But another good part about it is that you really do become the person that stands on what you say, for real. You have to respect yourself. You got to respect the decision you make, and you got to build on small little decisions until you get to decisions that you genuinely believe in and trust in. And the thing about it is, you have to stand on what you say, especially when it comes to going against others, man. And this is slippery slope, and this is why you got to practice discernment and balance with everything, because when you stand on what you say, you got to understand when you're wrong, especially as a man. To my young men, when you say something and you realize you are wrong about something, you need to immediately admit that you are wrong with it. Immediately. If you fully can be proven wrong on your standpoint and your viewpoint, then you need to be a man, and you truly believe it. You need to be a man and stand tall on whatever you change your mind about, and say that out loud and accept whatever come with that. Because when you're wrong, you got to accept it. Just like how when you're right, you got to accept it. And you get to stand tall on you being right on the situation. You better stand tall on you being wrong the same exact way. Like I said, you're going to always be tested on that right and wrong and that decisiveness. And you always going to have to stand on what you said. I keep reiterating it because it really means something to have to make a decision and run with it. Like, to have full confidence in it, even if you don't know. And that's why a lot of people, I believe, don't make decisions. Or that's why a lot of people tiptoe on stuff and they say they kind of have an idea, or they'll give somebody advice on something and then be like, but hey, that's just me though. It's just advice. It's stuff like that where, yeah, it's kind of a joke, but on some real shit. Real talk. You got to make a decision to stand on it, man. It just made me think about so much, and how much I changed in life, and how much more sissy I used to be, and how much more scared and nervous, or like how much I really wasn't sure. And I don't think that's something people talk about enough, because yeah, we all be scared of stuff, and we all be finding our own way, but it really is nerve-wracking, especially as a man. I'll say, I'm only 23 all the time I say, but to have to make a decision on something with like the information that you have and not be 100% sure on it, and really have to stand on it and keep going with that decision. And it also is a struggle when like you dealing with a woman or something, like you dealing with your woman and you're leading her, and it's something that you're not so sure on because you're trying to always optimize the situation and make sure you got everything going on. Or if it's a situation where you're trying to save money with your girl and she talking about some type of way she feel or something she got to buy and blah, 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 and she feel like it's so integral to y'all. And you have to really sit there and tell her no. That's something people don't talk about. Like, yeah, you seriously told her no and you meant that no. But women are convincing with their emotions, especially when they do what they're supposed to do for you. And it'll make you, like, at least in your head, think about it. And if you don't think about it, you're going to think about the actions, or the consequences that would cause, that you had to tell her no. And then you're thinking about how you got to make up for it and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta stick to your decisions, man. It's done been so many decisions, man. It done be so much stuff. Especially, I'm thinking more so on this right now from a standpoint of women in my past. Like, it's crazy because part of the reason I was in my first relationship for so long was because I didn't stand tall. I wasn't standing on what I said. Like, we would break up, be back and forth, blah, 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 back and forth. I'll break up with her, she'll break up with me. And I would even see the injustice, and I would see the stuff that caused us to ultimately break up, but I didn't stand on it. Like, I thought that it would be fixed, all that, blah, blah, blah. You thought people could change, and people do change, and people can change. But it gets to a point where you start seeing a cyclical pattern enough, and you really realize what shit really is. But you get blinded. It's so easy to be blinded. I could let you know, like, I know you know, it's easy to get blinded and just go with the emotions, man. You can't go with the emotions as a man, bro. Honestly, if you want to be something with yourself, be somebody, you can't go with the emotions. Not for long. It's going to devour you in the end anyway. So you might as well get out of that rut as soon as possible. As soon as you catch it, you might as well go do some push-ups or something. You might as well start writing something down. You might as well change that video you're watching. Whatever you're watching on your phone, you might as well just change it. Go to anything else, because you need to get your attention and focus back on track, man. Like, this just made me think. This one made me think, like, I'm going to say this to y'all, man. To all the young men watching this, any young man watching this, and really the young women too, like, or older women, like to the people watching this, like, you need to stand on what you say. You have to stand on what you say. To my young man, bro, you gotta understand too, it's a superpower for you as a man. It's literally a superpower for you as a man to stand on what you say. Because the only thing men have left, and this is something I noticed that most men won't do, and this actually is crazy because it seemed like a paradox, because if you don't do this, you'll be back with the girl, but she'll respect you less, and respect is the most important thing for your woman to do. She has to respect you above all, bro. But to my young men, you must know when to leave the relationship. You must have boundaries that you do not accept, and you can't ever let her cross it. My boundaries, I don't have many. I just say, don't do nothing close to nothing with no other man. And shit, the main one, don't do shit with no other man. Don't nothing. Like, I'm talking about, shit got me thinking, bro, because that's crazy. And don't disrespect me. Those are the only two. Keep it cool. Make sure it's just me and you. 100%. No, nothing. I'm talking about nothing. And then just keep it respectful. Don't do nothing to try to make me feel like less of a man. Don't do nothing that makes me feel like less of a man. And we keep it cool on those two fronts, and I'll always work with you no matter what. No matter what. And the thing about it is, if they don't do that, my young man, you have to go anyways. Well, whatever your boundaries are. I don't know, maybe you cool with that. But from what I learned with women and what I learned in general, if they break those two rules anyways, it's no point in being with you. They don't even like you all that much. Because if they ever break either of those rules, those two simple rules, you break either one of those, how much do you really like me? How much, we not staying together. You'll never stay with a girl that can't be all for you and that can't respect you, ever. So if that ever happens, my nigga, you need to dub her immediately. I'm talking about I'm talking about same day. I know it hurt, bro. I done been through it, bro. Like I said in one of my other videos, that shit had me coping. I was coping for damn near 2 years over that. Like I had to, like, people don't realize, like, I know people be going back on their words and, like, messed up about it and they be sad, but it really do hurt to have to get rid of somebody that you wanted to be with. And that's why nobody does it. That's why people always wait till it blow up and it's like the worst thing ever, and then it's like no going back, and it's like not amicable anymore because they don't want to actually do the hard part, and it's really hard. So I get why nobody do it. I ain't gonna lie, but you have to. If you want to set yourself apart from everybody, you have to. You literally have to. So yeah, to my young men, I'm gonna say this to you, bro. You gotta set your boundaries with women. The main superpower you have as a man nowadays is to be able to lead a situation. I'm telling y'all, bro. I swear, like, that is something that nobody could do. Nobody, no man leaves their relationships anymore. If you want to be him, you better learn when to fold him. You better learn that she got you messed up and you can't be with her no more. And keep it at that and be for real about that. She'll never forget you. And the craziest part is, when you start doing that for real, you realize how much options you have. Like, when you start doing that and start cutting them at the source, like cut them like cold-blooded, like, shawty, you gotta go. You don't do that to me. Are you crazy? You start realizing your own value, and you realize how much you have to offer. Like, you realize you're not negotiating for her. A lot of dudes, this shit not turning into a goddamn whole another. A lot of dudes don't realize. I'm sorry, they always talking about women the prize. No, my brother, you the prize, bro. I get it. You can call me sassy or whatever. I do not care. As a man, you got a whole lot to do in a relationship. You got to be emotionally sound, my brother. You got to be attractive. You got to be physically fit. You got to be capable. You got to know how to handle all type of business. You got to know how to handle the pape. Boy, there's so much more I ain't even name, but you better know how to do all of it. You got to be fashionable. If you want to be a super nigga, I'm a super nigga, but it's a good thing though. Like I said, it comes with all type of rewards outside of women. It come with you lock in life, you feel fulfilled, you make your family proud, you make people want to come around you, people naturally want to be around you. But as a man, for real, I'm telling you, you have to know when to fold them. You have to know when to cut a woman off. Dead. Cut her off. Like, no coming back, shawty. Like, you're done. And when you can get that, you'll master something within yourself, bro. And you'll really be in the top 10% of niggas off of that. Off of that alone. If you want to be top 10%, my brother, learn how to cut a woman off and take care of yourself. And it's another slippery slope too, because I ain't gonna lie. I was in a state where I used to cut them off too quick. Like, I used to, not too quick, but like, I date to marry, right? But it really did. I had to sit there and realize everybody I had been with, I cut them off. So it gets to a point where I will say they did need to be cut off. So you also learn when it's time to cut ladies off too, which is good. But you can't start smashing all these women, bro. This is me speaking directly to the young men now. You can't start smashing too many, because you're going to get to a point where you stop caring about women. The whole goal of all of this is to become a better man who take care of himself and who know when to call it quits, and to find your woman. If you apply what I'm doing and you're not looking for a woman long term, boy, you could. You're going to just keep frying them and frying them and frying them and frying them, and just you're gonna keep smashing and keep being intimate with these ladies, and you're gonna ultimately get nowhere, and it ain't gonna even be worth it in the long run. So this is for my young men who want to take care of themselves and want to settle down. Learn when to cut a woman off. If she not following the boundaries and stuff that you set, if you say that them shorts is too short, and she say, you controlling me? Okay. That's fine. You could go. You're going. She could get mad, call you whatever she want to call you. She could do whatever she want to do. She could say whatever she want to say. We do not care. Get your ass on. You got to go, shawty. It just is what it is, man. You better know when to stand tall, bro. It's going to be hard at first, I'm telling you. It's more than hard, because women know how to push your buttons. They are really good on the emotional side and trick you and make you feel bad. But when you get past that enough times, you're going to be a natural at it. You're going to be able to spot all that gaslighting, because gaslighting don't exist. You're going to be able to be a beast and know your worth. And you're going to be able to just get any woman you want, virtually. You realize you're a beast. You realize the sky's the limit. There's so many more concepts, man, but I just wanted to say that to y'all, bro. You gotta stand tall on what you say. And you gotta mean it, bro. You gotta really mean what you say. Stand on it. There's no going back in all aspects of life. And if you gotta go back on what you said because you realize you was wrong, stand on it with your whole chest and say it as loud as you was talking crazy. It is what it is. But I love y'all. I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for messing with me, bro. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, and stay up, man. I'll see y'all in another video.